prone O to push up to downward dog. So we're going to use a little sequence of clustering together 3 movements to drive some good mobility and motor control into our upper extremity, and we're going to hit multiple points of motion and different pressing mechanics while doing so. So on the prone O, this is the piece that we see people have the error in their technique the most, because when they get to that bottom position, most of us do not have good scapular strength or shoulder blade strength. And when we go into that O, you'll see people really start to arch their back, and then the motion is coming from their low back and not necessarily the shoulder. So when you get set up, if you're at a commercial gym, you probably want to grab a towel to be able to put your face on the towel so you're not pushing your face into the ground. But the idea is you're actually resting your head on the ground, because we have muscles that attach from our neck to our shoulder. So if I'm keeping my head off the ground, those muscles are going to influence or minimize how much motion can happen at the shoulder blade, because they have kind of opposite mechanics. So head's going to be down, and then when you get set up, I cue people to push their chest into the floor and then actively squeeze their butt. And when you push your chest into the floor, it's almost going to feel like you're doing a crunch. So when you do that, it's the opposite motion of extension of your low back, and it allows us to isolate the motion to the shoulder joint. So chest into the floor, head relaxed, squeeze your butt, and then from here, you're picking your hands up as high as you can. And as your hands rotate, when you get about your hands perpendicular from your body, your thumbs should be at the ground. And then you're trying to get all the way overhead with your thumbs to the ceiling. Hands come down behind your head, thumbs back to the ceiling, arms all the way straight. Rotate, my arms are at my side, so my thumbs are facing the ground. I come back to palm up, my palms are facing the ceiling, and then I'm pulling back through to a push-up position. Now from here, I'm keeping that tension in my abdomen by pushing my chest into the floor and squeezing my butt. So when I press, that's my chest, I'm not arching my low back. And then I'm going to drive into a downward dog as far as I can to get some shoulder overhead positioning. Come back to the plank position, back to the bottom, and then I'm going to repeat that. So that would be an example of 1 rep. So if you had 5 reps prescribed, you're going to do 5 rounds of that. And the goal is you're doing that slow and in controlled, especially when you're doing that prone O.